Welcome everyone. In this video, I'm going to give you a first look at Gemini 3, and Gemini 3 might be the best AI LLM model in the entire world right now, and it just came out today. Today, November 18th, 2025, and in fact, the CEO of Google and Alphabet and some other top AI people wrote an article about it. You can check it out and read it if you want. And it has these top benchmarks. Humanity's last exam is one of the hardest tests, and notice that it's done better than many of the other top AI models. And I think honestly, Gemini 3 might be the best AI model in the world as an LLM. And I'm going to demo it for you. So let's get started. I gave it an example of teach me a lesson on quadratic equations. Assume I know almost nothing about it. That was something that this was just one of the generated questions, and it gave a very great answer in my opinion. So this was the answer, and it came up pretty quickly. And then I copied the output to here, and so this shows you the quality, and it's quite amazing actually, in my opinion. So let's get started. So you can just go to aistudio.google.com like this, and it'll redirect like that. And you can actually try out Gemini 3 Pro Preview. So you can just click on this and you can check it out. And it gives, here it has a bunch of questions. So for example, generate a high school revision guide on quantum computing. That's really interesting. I'm just pressing tab here. Generate Python code for a simple calculator app. Let's try this one out here. So I'm just going to click on run, or I'm going to click on enter on the keyboard. I'll just click on run here. So you have to type control enter on the keyboard if you want to run it, or just click there. And here I'm going to show you the full length. So it might take a few seconds. I just want to show you what it looks like. So already now it's taken took about 13 seconds, and of its thinking, you can see here. So it's planning this out. That's quite great, and it gives you the command line interface here, the code, and then this gives you a GUI. And if you actually copy this code, you should be able to, and it gives you the steps how to do it. So open a text editor and copy one of the code blocks above, save it as calculator.py, and then run it. And yeah, that is quite a great thing. So this is really great code. And again, this is like a calculator. This just adds, this subtracts, this multiplies, and so on. And it's pretty simple, but this came up with this very, very quickly. So that to me is really amazing. And let's go back to, I'll open a new tab here. So let's try something else. And in fact, what I want to do is I want to copy this. So I'm going to copy it to a text editor here. And you can save it, or for example, put it into Google Docs, for example. You can paste the output. So, or you could save it to a text file, or do as you like. And now let's try something else. So this is saying generate Python code for a simple app. This says get the Apple generate. I like this one here. Generate a scavenger hunt for street food around the city of Seoul, Korea. And let's click on that. So a scavenger hunt for street food. So I've been to Seoul. It's a great city. And so it's taken more than 15 seconds. That's okay. I'm really interested to know what this is going to look like. And yes, I'm not pausing the video because I want to show you how long it actually takes. And the newer models usually take a bit longer. but I really want to see this here. So for example, Guangzhou Market, okay, the oldest permanent market in Seoul, the gatekeeper's snack. Okay, so it's been a while since I've been to Seoul. Um, I honestly forgot a lot of these, but this is really a great scavenger hunt. And you see here, it came up with this within how many seconds? 33, basically 32 or 33 seconds. And I think that's quite good. And then, okay, so I guess it took 50, almost 50 seconds. Yeah, that's a little bit long, but I think this answer is quite good. And then we can copy as text or copy as markdown. What I want to do is copy as markdown because we can copy it into the Google Docs, and I'll show you here. So we can copy the markdown like this, and then go to this website, markdown to html.com, and then we can copy it like this. And let's open a new tab. So this is what the output can look like, and I think this is really quite good. So this is a scavenger hunt, and those I think were, again, we can see the generated ideas. I think those are really quite good. Now what I want to try is, for example, give me the opening and closing prices for, let's say for NVIDIA trading today, November 18, 2025. So for example, let's say we're doing stock trading or something like that, and I want to see if it can actually do that. So that's a simple search, and you can go, for example, to Google, to Yahoo Finance and get this, but I want to see how this actually formats it. So again, for example, we could go to finance.yahoo.com and we could probably get that information right there. But I want to see how Gemini 3 does it. So for example, here we can say NVIDIA. And we should be able to get that information here. For example, the opening price was this. I'm not sure if it says the closing price. So this is $183.33. This was the bid, the ask. Okay, so this was good. So the opening price was 183.25. Does that match? Yeah, I wonder why it's not matching here. Okay, so it's a little bit off. I'm not sure why. The closing price, 181.37. Yeah, that could actually be right. Sometimes it depends on which market, which stock exchange it was using. But anyway, it's close enough. I think that's quite good. Now I want to ask it some useful questions. For example, this is a question I often ask AI models. This is a difficult question, but it's pretty simple. Describe the process of photosynthesis in plants. And let's click on run. And yeah, this is Gemini 3. It does seem to be a little bit slower than Gemini 2 or Gemini 2.5. Gemini 2.5 really is super, super fast and really amazing. But I think this is a great answer. So yeah, so it says here, photosynthesis is the process by which plants use sunlight, water, and carbon dioxide to create oxygen and energy in the form of sugar, glucose. And this is the equation for glucose. I think this is a great answer. Now let's copy it. Let's copy it as text, and then let's copy it as markdown. I want to see what it looks like as just text. So that's just text. I think it looks good. And now let's copy it as markdown. And yeah, I think that's quite good. And let's put it into here, markdown to html.com. And yeah, so you can copy the output like this. So photosynthesis says here. So I think this is a really great answer. And then I want to ask it another question, something I ask often. Where did I ask that? Okay, let's say I want to start an online business and let's say, make $6,000 profit per month uh, and run 100% remotely. Tell me how I can do this within 2 years. So I've asked many different AI models a similar question. And let's see how so this is a business question. If you want to run an online business, let's see how this goes. So $6,000 profit per month, or it could be 6,000 euros, 6,000 Australian dollars, 6,000 pounds. It doesn't matter. I just use that. This could even be 6,000 Singapore dollars. Okay, so let's see here. So far it's taken 25 seconds. And note that, yeah, this is significantly slower than Gemini 2.5. I think Gemini 2.5 would have answered this question within 5 seconds, probably. But I do want to see Gemini 3, its output. So this has a really great answer. So ghostwriting, copywriting, high ticket consulting. So yeah, I think this is a good answer. And see here, so 2-year timeline, learning skill, $0 income. The first year, so this is like starting from the 3rd to the 6th month. Okay, so raising the rates. So this is a really great answer in my opinion. So it gives you different ideas of how you can do that. And then I want to ask it another question. Teach me how I can be a freelancer making 6,000 per month doing data analysis, data engineering, or data science. Okay, so this is sort of my background, and I'd like to know, even I've been doing a little bit of this, and I want to know how Gemini, what Gemini thinks about this, Gemini 3. And the 6,000 is just generic. It's been a goal I've had for a long time, but you could say even 1,000 or 10,000, it doesn't matter. I just wanted to come up with this. So again, it does seem Gemini 3 is a little bit slower, actually much slower than Gemini 2 and 2.5, but I think the answers are really quite great. So let's see here. It took about 31 seconds, and then let's output this. Let's save the output. So copy as Markdown, and then let's go to this website, markdown.html.com, and then we'll say, for example, plan for freelancing. And yeah, I think this gives a really great answer. So these are things to learn: SQL, Tableau or Power BI, Excel, Python, SQL, AWS, Amazon Glue. And yeah, so this is my background. I think this is a really great answer. Okay, and yeah, so you can ask Gemini 3 so many, like potentially an infinite number of questions, and so far I think it's been really great. So I've shown you, so this is a question teaching about math, quadratic equations. We went over asking it for Python code, and it did we did a scavenger hunt in Seoul, the capital of South Korea. And yeah, so this was Gemini 3. I hope you enjoyed this first look. I think Gemini 3 is amazing, and it very well could be the best AI model, the best LLM AI model in the entire world. So you can check it out at aistudio.google.com. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe or follow this channel, and see you in the next one. Thank you.